Hotspot is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination style map with 4 cap points running from west to east. The A and B cap are on the left, C is in the center, and D is on the right. In this setting, the spawn points for the teams have been moved from a central position to a position located on the 7-8 line. Cap A and B on the left will provide a challenge for even the most skilled of teams. While an island provides for an easy ability to take one's home cap, the small amount of water that separates the caps enables the smallest misstep to be massively exploited. Teams that lose a ship out here will quickly find themselves fighting for only half the map. In the center, Cap C provides a variety of ways in and out for ships and can draw in a destroyer player like bees to honey. However, the 4 islands surrounding the cap provide a multitude of ways for a radar cruiser to ambush an unsuspecting DD. Cap D on the right provides a new and unique experience for teams. Moved from within the islands to the west, the D cap now has no island cover. Teams will have to execute any plays for the cap with an extreme amount of caution, as once lost, the cap will be a significant challenge to retake. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Hotspot.
And here we are into the last game of the first best of 5 for today. Resin versus YYUT. And in the sort of initial deployments, some surprising ships like a Shimakaze, 2 Bungos Resin, definitely putting battleship firepower over any survivability. But we are also seeing quite a lot of control ships. Shimmers, Moskvas, Gearings, Gdansks.
Oh, yeah.
This is very much a map where teams want to grab caps and hold them because it's relatively difficult to anchor these caps.
So that's your question answered as to what team is going to take what tactic. Resin definitely bringing a control.
We're able to get
The 5, yeah.
Napoli secondaries are on him.
Losing a bunch of HP here. We see also Resin sending the gearing to try to help on that pretty aggressive push from YYUT here. They have to be careful not to overplay their hand because they're pushing into a really nasty crossfire.
Napoli's got to run into the border to shield
yeah.
himself from the... Bungo.
All right. So far, both caps secured by each teams. The time counters are basically equal.
Yep.
It's going to be a hunt for the kills at this point, I believe.
Yep. Moskva. Oh, good.
Oh my god, Des Moines get to cover already.
Yes, that Moskva in the middle of the map. Des Moines is in trouble.
Yeah, it is. The Napoli's ASAP secondaries can over-arc this island and still do some damage. Still some AP salvos coming in from the side.
That was closer
Hug
than
that
it
island,
needed to be.
please. Hug the island as much as you can. Because the Shimakaze might still spot you. Oh my god, the snap! Wait, that was big 6TV here from literally 20 kilometers away.
He takes a smack back for that.
Wow, what a shot across the island.
That was an amazingly good piece of gunnery.
Yeah, first kill backed by Resin and a crucial one at that with Des Moines actually being kind of the only counter to that Shimakaze.
Yes, unless the Gdansk wants to get very brave.
Indeed, yeah. So
looks like YY are redeploying some of their heavier ships. Looks like they're going to leave the Napoli at D, redeploy the Kleber and the Lowry and the Moskva to help at sea.
Yep. They will have to be careful because the Bungo on the C line and the gearing are going to provide some nasty crossfire on that E line push if they want to do so. So right now the first kill goes to Resin and the first point goes to them as well. So yeah, YYUT kind of unfortunately not pushing that Des Moines close enough to the rock in time and just suffering from Bungo and Moskva. Long range sniping.
That was a long run he had to make.
Oh yeah, indeed. Not a comfortable one either, after dodging Shima torpedoes nonetheless. Napoli suffering from the Bungo salvo, about to take maybe some torpedoes, he can reverse through it, but yeah, these Bungo really making their guns sing and really trading the HP into Resin's favor.
Oh, Bungo volley into broadside Lauria.
Ooh. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Lauria actually, wait, doesn't take any damage.
He got lucky there.
Alright. Lauria does have a very exposed citadel, not a ship you want to show broadside with.
No, but those shells landed further aft than that weak spot.
Indeed. So a bit of a torpedo back and forth here. The Lauria is going to have to be careful when crossing these islands.
Looks like nope, torps run out.
Another salvo here coming in. Does he have the angle to do some damage, or is this a blind fire? Yeah, that connects a little bit harder here. But yeah. Actually, the Bungo from Resin is also suffering. Remember, Lauria has 457 ASAP shells, which can really pen on any angles, to be honest.
But once you start saturating the Bungo superstructure, which isn't that big, your damage output does drop quite a bit.
Indeed, yeah. So still, YYUT pushing ships forward into that 9-10 line. Really risky business.
There's only a minute worth of cap in it, really. So a short interruption of either team's cap points will really sell this.
Indeed, yeah. We see that now the teams are playing a little bit more passive. Resin actually is sending a Shimakaze towards that risky play between B and C here.
Yes, because the Gdansk has fallen back, so
they
YY
don't
have no radar.
Do they know that? I'm not sure they do, actually.
Yeah, like
honestly, Summers versus Shima kind of goes into the Summers' favor, but
Shima
they have a
has
Napoli.
the better detection.
Indeed, yeah.
But it's more a case of who's got the better support.
Oh goodness, and Summers torpedoes actually might... Nah, I think the Shima might be okay.
Yo.
Oh, that looks awfully close.
On the butt.
That's on the butt, yeah.
Right,
half HP already. Okay, so you were saying... better detection, but much less HP now. And the Summers know. Summers has APF on this. Risky business. They know they're going to reverse Mad Dog into it, but the Summers is literally in the cap, preventing any plays on that side. So caps are going to remain that way.
And at least now he's got the confidence in the information that knows if it does come to a fight, he has a significant health advantage.
Indeed, yeah. We see some long-range Bungo HE salvos on the Moskva here on Resin.
Is he gonna get like tempted? Like, do I back into the Shimmer? Do I try to spot him? Do I risk the other ships?
I think the Summer has to play it safe right now because the Bungo Napoli can be really, really scary. He's pushing in. He might eventually. The Shima is smoking.
Like Shimmer smokes.
Shima smokes. So that's actually good because
air.
Summers stays dark. He's gonna eat a bit of pain from the Bungo.
He's okay.
But he's alright. Shima even gets some damage here. That shows how ready YYUT is on that.
Yeah, but the Shimmer has now revealed his position.
Indeed, yeah. And But he's contesting B.
Yep.
Resin is making some effort to block the
Napoli
points
is
here.
another hit on him. Napoli.
Indeed, yeah.
Shimmer down to 7.5 from the Napoli. So it looks like we're going to have Lauria, Bungo,
Oh, yeah, that Loria is
Kleber
making
Torps are looking good, dangerous on the Bungo.
Kleber torpedoes?
Yep.
Do they have range, however? I'm not sure they do.
I don't think he'd have fired
reversing,
them. He is
so-
reversing, but looks like they might get away with
The
a dodge.
Loria having the considerable advantage here.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no, the Gdansk is opening up. They're really trying to back the Bungo kill, actually.
I mean, it does open up this flank for them.
Yeah.
If they can take him out. Kleber's firing, Lauria's firing, Napoli's firing.
Shimakaz is still in the smoke here, trying to play around that cap and block the points,
Yep.
trying to
1
avoid
minute
Sommer's
40
torpedoes.
for Resin at this time. No torps on the Shimmer. He's left the smoke, so in the hope that he can sort of distract where the torps are. But those Napoli torpedoes... Or...
Are they catching him?
No, he's just dodged it.
But he's reversing into the Sommers now,
Yep.
which eventually will catch him. He's 6.5 kilometers away. The Sommers is using his engine
Sommers
boost
has
to try
got
and...
to... Yeah, Sommers has got to make this play.
5.9. Sommers is now spotted.
Yep.
Shima is running away.
Yep.
Yeah, here comes the runaway. He knows he has a spotting advantage, so now it's the play on Resin to try and put some damage on the Sommers.
Yep. Shells are out from both ships. Shimmer takes yet more damage. Lauria...
Oh, God.
Gearing has saved Bungo. Resin's Gearing has managed to cover the Bungo with a smoke screen,
That's a really good
keeping
play
him alive
here.
on 8k. Lauria's eating Gearing torps.
of
Lauria is
them?
going...
Only one of them, and now
Almost.
Loria is basically dead because he's in a crossfire. Eventually
Yep.
will be withered down.
45 seconds.
40 seconds. Loria, they have to kill him now to get that win. Can they find anything? Can YYUT actually find anything to come up from this? They have to find a kill somewhere, and they missed that on the Shima.
Like Gdansk and Seth
that's it.
are on Moskva.
So Valoria goes down,
There
the
we go,
points are
there
going
we
to go down,
go.
and Resin actually wins. All right. Well, that was kind
Our
of-
American colleague is extremely relieved.
We just heard like a throughout the room. Kind of a decising win on Resin on this last one,
Not a lot of
actually.
kills, a lot of positioning, a lot of just sort of area control
Indeed.
and movement control there.
They got the 2 cap early and then basically sat on their advantage and waited
And
for...
great team play, like the Gearing coming back, covering the Bungo with the smoke.
Indeed.
Like, if they'd have lost that Bungo, the Mosfer in the middle would have been in trouble.
Mhm.
Like, very good reactions on Resin's part, and a bloody good show by YYUC.
Indeed. I kind of feel bad for them because they clouded back almost to a 3-2, but to be fully honest, no one was really expecting Resin to go down that easy. So well played on them, and unfortunately YYUT is kicked out of the tournament with that loss.
Indeed they are. So the winners of the NA regionals knock out the winners of the Asia regionals.
We
In
did
a really
it!
good show, yeah. In a
And
really
he's
good
still
show.
in it. Oh my God! Good old boys showed up and played. I'm not gonna lie. I was worried. I was legitimately worried. But as I said, they wanted to make sure all of you guys had a great showing, and I think they did a good job. They threaded that needle and they got that win. But that was like even that match itself was pretty darn close up until the end there.
100%.
So, are you surprised? An NA team coming out on top?
No, I mean, not really. Resin is obviously a great team, number one of the region, so they have shown to us throughout the series and also in previous series that they can make it. It was a bit surprising that they were able to kind of defeat the rhythm of the game that had established itself a little bit, right? And come out with the victory in Game 5, even though YYT has won the previous 2 games. But no, I mean, good stuff. It was a little bit more slow-paced than the games we had seen before. But yeah, good games.
I remember seeing I think that Des Moines getting kicked off. Like, I did see like YYUT did hit a pretty dominant push on the right side of the map, but
Yeah.
there's not much you can do there, sadly. Like you can push back the Napoli into the corner, but it's not getting you points really. And the Napoli is a super, elusive little ship.
Yeah.
And getting the Des Moines loss on the left side of the map and being able to get the basically the Shima play of just like backing in there and just because you pointed out something right early in the game. It was just like it was a dead even. They all had equal points, but I think YYT was ticking slightly ahead.
They were slightly ahead on the point sticks, exactly.
Yeah, so Resin had to do something to be able to kind of change it up and get back in there, and that dodging, I mean, on YYUT's defense, like, they were making some pretty nice blind shots on that Shima to force them out of the point, but not having the radar was brutal.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that was hugely influential for the game itself, right? We could see after the Des Moines got killed on the west side of the map, it was very, I'm not going to say easy, but it was very doable for the Shimakaze to always just eke closer and closer and closer towards the capture zone, because they didn't have any ships to really be spotting the Shimakaze other than the Sommers just running in towards the Shimakaze, because obviously there's a concealment gap of like, I believe it's like around 300 to 400 meters, right, in between Shimakaze and Sommers. So the Sommers always had to aggressively try and spot the Shima, and as long as the Shimakaze has the smoke screen up, right, he can just go and hide in there. You're going to do chip damage, but at the end of the day, that's all what the Shima wanted, right? He wanted to contest the cap every now and again to block points gain even further. They were already in the lead, right? They based off of the Des Moines kill, were able to flip the caps into their favor. And yeah, it's just big influence on the game, that Des Moines kill.
Yeah, no, and I think the sealing the deal towards the end there was the Laria that was desperately just trying to be a bit more aggressive. Fine, they realized like, oh shoot, okay, we're not going to win just by letting the time run out. We need to go find a kill somewhere, and bravery just going full steam ahead into open waters and just unfortunately getting nailed down there.
Like you said, I mean, on the sea side or on the east side of the map, let's just say, YYUT were really pushing for something, right? They were trying to get a kill somehow, but Resin was able to defend really nicely. It got a bit tricky with the Bungo almost getting killed, but Gearing saves the day. Smokes puts a nice vision smoke in front of the Bungo, so all these spotting angles are denied, right? So then all the Bungo has to do is just not shoot, just wait for the heal to come back up. But yeah, Laria was so committed for that Bungo kill, because obviously YYT is like looking for something, right? They're behind on points, A side is not really looking very nice, so they have to find something. We've got the double radar lockdown from Resin. We had two Moskvas facing middle contested cap, right? And there's just no way you're gonna get a DD in there without like paying a heavy price in terms of HP pool, right?
So as far as the tournament format's going, I'm curious, like from your perspective. So close to 2-2, finally get a 3-2 split for Resin to move forward to the next match. Is YYT still in it? Do they still have a chance of going in there, or is this the eliminated from the tournament overall?
No, I mean they're just eliminated right now. Oh. That's just the beauty, I guess, if you're from Resin's perspective of the single elimination format. It just creates a lot more tension, right? It was all on the line in that game 5, and Resin came out victorious.
They got to go do it again. So we're going to see who they're going to be coming up here in another match shortly. I do think there might be a chance that we can snag the tail ends of one of the other first 16 matches that are going on right now. So I think we're searching around and seeing which game we might be able to pop our heads into, and seeing what's going on over there. But at this stage, like if you're being a tournament player and all right, you made it to the next round, do you give yourself a bit of breather? Do you step away from the computer, go outside, touch a little bit of grass, come back inside? Or are you like, okay, now we just got to stay locked in, get the adrenaline pumping? Like, what do you do?
I mean, it depends on the schedule, right? I mean, if you go to game 5, you don't really have a lot of time until the next series starts. And obviously they still have one more series to go. They will play Resin, that is, they will play the quarterfinals now, which I'm not quite sure if we're going to see that, but probably not, because the plan is to stick to the TWA and Rain match. But yeah, it's just sure take as much time as you can spare, but it's probably not a lot because if you go to game 5, not a lot of prep time for the next one.
Right. Yeah, so I do think we are actually going to go take a peek. It is another neck and neck make or break situation for TSYMQ and Ortis. So they're coming into this as a 2-2 win-loss record. So we're going to find out who's going to take it home and continue advancing into the match here. Should be ready to port into there any moment now, but waiting for the heads up. So just want to thank everybody in chat for showing up. You have no idea the amount of time, effort, and energy and talent that goes into making a production like this. So really, really excited to have freaking 18 of these productions going on. And all of you guys continuing to be here and show up is what makes us want to make this whole event happen. So huge shout out to everybody in chat watching and enjoying and spending your afternoons with us here in this weekend. So thank you to you guys. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the things and continue chatting in there. Like, we do take a look at chat. I've been in there popping in between the sections. So any advice and suggestions that we can do for next year to make it even better, we're here to listen. But I just want to thank all of you guys for being here this afternoon. That said, do we have a thumbs up? How close are we to getting onto this match? I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled up a little bit of info on the match between TSYMQ and Ortis. So they are going into Game 5, and that Game 5 will be happening on Hotspot, so will be familiar to us.
Okay.
We just watched the game on Hotspot, so we'll do it again. Map bans for this series are Des Moines, Petrol, Brisbane, Napoli, Minotaur, Marseille, Worcester, Brisbane. Yeah. So we see again heavy bans towards like radar ships. Marseille is also getting banned again. So I'm guessing from the info that the teams have gathered, probably one of the two teams are more on the pushing side of things, right? I mean, we see Ortis actually banning Napoli and Marseille. So maybe they were looking at TSYMQ games and saying, hey, look, I mean, they probably are going to use those ships to push flanks a little bit too much, and we just want to deny that. So
chances we see a Svea out there?
I mean, chances are there. I mean, it's not banned, so there's a high likelihood of a Swear being played. We saw it already. It's a great ship for the situation where you're just going to be defending one side. When we did see it, I think on loop, it was forced to push, so not a great situation to be in there. But yeah. Still a good ship.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited to see it. It's not too often, especially an event of this, caliber, that you get to see two neck and necks right in the beginning of the match. So the pseudo Swiss must be working, because we're actually getting some pretty close matchups. I will say. So
100%. No, I mean the way the format works with the stronger teams just facing each other in the Swiss format, right, after each other, and then that creates the bracket for the single elimination bracket. Yeah, it's a good thing to have, and we see great matches being played already.
Yeah, I mean, I hate when I go and watch a tournament and it's just like, okay, we have a sweep, we have another sweep, we have another sweep, and we have another sweep, and it's like, all right, 100%. The winners win. I'm like, all right, well, that was kind of anticlimactic. So the fact that we have this is awesome, and I think we are ready to transition and watch the last head-to-head go on. So let's take us over to Hotspot once again, as we see TSYMQ and Ortis go head-to-head. Appreciate it, y'all.
Amidst the treacherous islands and turbulent waters of the South Pacific lies an archipelago that will soon become the stage for an epic confrontation between enemy fleets. These scenic islands will reverberate with the clashing of steel and the roar of naval artillery that can only be matched by the volcano that looms over the area. This is Hotspot. Hotspot is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 4 cap points running from west to east. The A and B cap are on the left, C is in the center, and D is on the right. In this setting, the spawn points for the teams have been moved from a central position to a position located on the 7-8 line. Cap A and B on the left will provide a challenge for even the most skilled of teams. While an island provides for an easy ability to take one's home cap, the small amount of water that separates the caps enables the smallest misstep to be massively exploited. Teams that lose a ship out here will quickly find themselves fighting for only half the map. In the center, Cap C provides a variety of ways in and out for ships and can draw in a destroyer player like bees to honey. However, the 4 islands surrounding the cap provide a multitude of ways for a radar cruiser to ambush an unsuspecting DD. Cap D on the right provides a new and unique experience for teams. Moved from within the islands to the west, the D cap now has no island cover. Teams will have to execute any plays for the cap with an extreme amount of caution, as once lost, the cap will be a significant challenge to retake. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Hotspot.
Oh, no.
Looks like we've got a restart.
Never mind. False start. We have a draw, a bit of a restart. So actually, let's get back to the studio. Sorry about that. A bit of a technical issue on the team. They'll have to reset for a second. At least we saw the map video again. We won't have to run it a third time.
And obviously, teams have the rule where once your lineup is public, you're not allowed to change it.
Down, yeah, of course.
It's the joys of the live stream process. But hi guys,
Absolutely.
gonna be back here in just a second. I was looking through chat. You caught me as I was looking back down and seeing all of you guys 5 minutes in the future. So it's always weird just trying to like tether back. Like, what were we talking about 5 minutes ago? Oh, okay, that's what they're talking about now. But hello again. We're gonna get right back into the action. Just 1 second here.
We had the TSYMQ win on Sleeping Giant. We have Orchus winning on Faroe Islands. Then there was Orchus again on Northern Waters and TSYMQ on Land of Fire. Decided his hotspot as we all saw. So again, we're gonna check the last battle between 2 teams on 2 and 2. That's quite exciting, actually.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
We should be dropping momentarily, and I guess we'll just get right to it. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
All right, we ready? Maybe. I will say we just had a door open in here, and it feels incredible.
Some air.
There's some nice,
oxygen.
chilly Belgrade air coming in through the window to the studio, which is probably close to 100-something degrees. So that's great.
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yes,
Let's
we use free
We on
winds over
fire.
here from Texas. I gotta tell you.
Okay, the game is dropping, and we are live.
There we go.
Kilobin, what do you see in terms of lineup for this TSYMQ versus Orchus?
A Willem de Eerst,
Huh.
the airstrike battleship with
Indeed.
some very powerful 16-inch guns, but only 16-inch. So there won't be overmatching much, but we do seeing like Bungo definitely appears to be the battleship of the day.
That's true. We've seen a lot of bungos throughout that.
Fast, powerful guns,
Extremely accurate with that spotter plane.
Yep. but on the fragile side.
A little bit, yes. Better concealment allows you to disengage faster if you want.
Very much
But
the
yes.
sniper's battleship.
A fragile ship, for sure.
Yeah.
But that overmatch is just ridiculous.
But generally speaking, in these games, unless the battleship is having an absolute stomp of a game, your battleship doesn't really want to have to take the hits.
No, I mean, it depends which battleships you want. We saw Sibir in action, we saw Ohio with the crazy healing potential. We saw even Loria kind of like tanking a bunch of hits due to the speed and the thin profile of it.
Yes, and compared to the last game we just saw on this map, we are seeing sort of a similar deployment actually, in fact, where North Spawn is only sending maybe 1 or 2 ships to D, and South Spawn definitely appears to be committing more resources.
And out of all the ships to send on a lone venture, on TSYMQ's side, the San Martin is probably the safest bet.
Yes.
Basically unkillable as long as it's not caught completely with its pants down. That crazy combat instruction, able to cycle that 15 to 20k heal on demand, essentially. And paired with a great concealment.
So
not stealth
Kleb
radar.
of Panda is going for the C cap. He will potentially be facing quite a lot of firepower in return from Ragnar Grozovoy Delny.
Yep. Double
So-
bungo as well in the San Martin.
I mean, if I was the San Martin here, I wouldn't want to open fire.
Yeah, stay dark, I guess.
Stay dark, and because you've got the Wilhelm and the Bungo both would have shots on you.
But he's gonna get the cap, actually.
Looks like he will. Like, so far, this map very much benefits if you are brave enough to make that C play.
To be honest, it looks like they're gonna get C and basically hold on to it. I think Orchis is like, okay, if they're getting C that early, they must have some really good backup. They see the smoke screen as well from the Harugumo, and they're like, let's not put anything there. Let's just go past it, focus on AB. That smoke screen, like, there's gonna be a radar cruiser in there, so what's the point of even attempting to get into C at this point?
Yeah, like, this often becomes a case of, do you need to unstick the Moskva before you commit your destroyers if you're counter-attacking this cap?
Yeah, which is really tricky when the Moskva is covered by smoke.
But like the Kleber, like just the speed of the French gunboats of like, he went to C and
Now he's at A.
he went to C, cap C, and he's almost already to A.
That's the strength of this
Whereas
ship,
the Grozovoi, which is not a slow destroyer, has just gone straight across.
and it's still barely into
Yeah.
B, yes, it's true. We have a little bit of I don't want to say wasteful because obviously each teams don't know the full deployment, but right now that lone San Martin is kind of staging, taking the time of a Moskva and a Svea. Basically, they're not going to do anything for most of the game because they
Yes.
have no idea that there's no one here.
Yeah, the
essentially.
question is, how long will it take them to figure that out?
Yeah, to just tip a toe into D and be like, okay, what are we doing, Svea? Because these are two radar cruisers which could be so
More useful.
more useful around C, A, or B, obviously. Orchis has staged the Ragnar next to C. I'm not sure what exactly this position is supposed to be. He's going to start to reverse perhaps into it. Not
I
really sure.
would have been more inclined to reverse more from the F7 square, just to keep myself more covered by the Moskva's guns. It does mean you're going to be in the Moskva's radar more, though.
Maybe he's waiting for the Marceau's rotation not to be alone if push comes to shove against another destroyer.
Perhaps.
But yeah, right now both teams have two caps. We do see some ships spotted, so the Bungo basically blasting the Moskva. Here we go. Oh my god.
Good opening salvo.
This is ruthless. These guns are just so good. We see the Ragnar here obviously spotting that Moskva through this little nook because of course the highest spot of the
Looks like
ship
the
goes
Marceau
out.
is going to go for that corner of the cap.
Yep.
So we might see sort of a Marceau Ragnar versus Gdansk.
Ragnar instantly engaging with guns. Second
Yeah.
Bungo salvo coming in on Renown here. Oh, okay. That's
Not
a bit
as-
better.
not
Mostly
as bad.
Superstructure shots indeed. Does Gdansk smoke up the Moskva? I believe he does. He kind of has to waste a smoke on it because that Ragnar just refuses to go away. And yeah, they're going to basically try to save the Moskva here with this smoke.
Yeah, and the other two Bungos are just trading salvos.
Indeed. All right, a bunch of torpedoes coming in around. Utrecht, remember, does not have hydro, and we'll see the
No.
predictions on the screen right now. What do we have here? TSYMQ 70% and Ortus.
Are you sure? Because
30%.
Panda's nose in
Panda.
against a Groza Martin
That
and a
is
Delny.
unfortunate. Yeah,
Chat might have
San
wanted to
Martin
hold off their
salvos.
predictions for a moment.
Yeah, Panda can't go away with that. He's already on 8k, and that's basically GG. That's it. It's like, oh, well, I'm dead. GG. Well done.
The Groz has a heal and it has a smoke.
It's true. Really good pick on this. Able to survive and disengage. Meanwhile, the Delny is just like, all right, well, you can't go away. San Martin is also adding this AP salvos to the mix. Don't let the Kleber go away. You cannot do that. I know he's kind of riding the border,
Is
which
he
makes
gonna-
it extra easy to.
Are they going to trade it? Because the Delny's suffering now.
Delny is fine. He can just dip into the smoke here. The Panda goes away? No way he survives. He has a fire burning, or is it just his engine? No. He survives. How? How do you live through this? That's insane. Okay. Delny kind of trying to run away as well. Some blind fire still. I don't know how Panda lives through this.
Yes.
That's ridiculous, actually. Kleber
Well,
saturation plus.
He is out of the fight.
Oh yeah, most definitely. However, this could be really bad. Delny has no engine, and he has torpedoes on the way.
Oh.
That's a dead Delny right here. Arugumo torpedoes catching him, and they actually trade a destroyer for this. They don't
Maybe
even
Chat's
kill
prediction
Kleber.
was right.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a loss here on Ultra's side.
Some more
losing a Delny like
torpedoes
this.
going back the other way, though. Utrecht takes one on the nose. Haru just dodges it.
I would say that's just fine. Being able to save a Kleber out of this crazy engagement
But, like,
and killing a destroyer at the same time.
Before that kill, it was basically like ticking who was going to win.
Yep.
Now, TSYMQ have a 100-point lead, basically.
Which is really good, actually. And still, look at what's going on at D. Like, the Moskva and the Svea are just, like, okay, just here, waiting. They should have more information about what's going on now. They know the Willem de Este is there.
Looks like the Bungo is beginning to push.
Yep. They should try to make something happen, because right now they only have... They basically have 3 ships doing nothing around the D side of things. I know San Martin is a hard cookie and Svea can't do anything against this. Oh, here we go. The San Martin spots the Moskva and starts engaging to get the combat instructions going. The Moskva kind of forced to keep the angle because the AP on the San Martin is not any joke.
And a torp on the Svea as well from the San Martin as well.
That's a good start on his side.
Yeah, that's an excellent opening exchange.
Moskva has to give more angle. Oh, he's going for the gamer turn. At this distance, I believe San Martin has enough pen to citadel the Moskva. This AP is crazy good, even though it's only 152 millimeters. Do we see some citadels landing here before the Moskva makes the full turn?
I think the turn gives him just enough of an angle.
Yeah, that's actually a good decision, because then you basically face-taking San Martin for the rest of the game.
Yes.
Right.
But the Moskva of renown has been forced out. He is caught between Moskva and Marceau.
The Gdansk is smoking up,
yes,
but kind of to farm the Bungo. Here comes the Bungo salvo from Ortus. Not all the turrets are in line, however. That's not enough damage, to be fully honest. Underwhelming at best.
Yeah, now Renown can actually, like, re-angle.
Yeah, Bungo's taking a bunch of Gdansk torpedoes. That's at least 3. Let me run 2, putting it to half HP. Now the question is, do I run to this island or try to keep my guns on the Moskva and try to finish him off?
Renown is wiggling as best he can. He fires. Is he okay? He's okay.
I think he can keep tanking the Bungo.
Can they take the Bungo down for this?
That's such unfortunate engagement trades on
fire.
Ortus' side. They lose the Bungo for this. Wow. All right. Well, I guess
Does he burn?
Yeah, he does. Ortus losing a lot of ships for nothing. It's quite unfortunate. They might even lose the other Bungo
here. They
here.
do take the C cap while it was all going on.
It's true, but the B cap is being flipped.
Yeah, but Gazando is going down as well.
Gazando will go down, but the Ragnar coming back into B will catch the low HP Kleber, and I think this time Panda, if he survives this again, I don't know what to say, but I think he's gone now.
Like even if he goes, like Ragnar does have that extra thicker plating, so it makes it kind of tanky in destroyer fights.
Yeah.
But that's a Harugumo and an Utrecht.
It is, but I think Ragnar can just run away and survive. The Harugumo does not have any radar. He can just go dark.
But the Moskva.
Oh, the Moskva does. That's actually a good cross push here from TSYMQ.
Now the Bungo's dead. The Moskvas are free.
So much fire pouring on the Ragnar here. Even the Willem de Este is actually putting the
Renown finally goes down. They did finally kill the C Moskva, but in return they've taken both Bungos and maybe the Ragnar as well.
The Ragnar goes down.
And now B cap is open for TSYMQ.
Indeed. So Ortus does have the cap advantage right now, but it's going to last so much longer. The Willem is going to put his HP into B here and block this advantage that Ortus has. And yeah, I mean, it's 4 ships down and 2 ships down for TSYMQ respectively.
Yes.
It's not the end though. It's not the end at all. There's still a lot of cards to be played here.
I think if you're the San Martin now, up on that sea line, is this your time to turn around?
I believe it is,
and make your push?
I believe it, because the Moskva is nullified, and the Svea, you win that 1v1. If you don't take all the torpedoes in the world, you win that 1v1 easily. TSYMQ putting their HP into play here, pushing the Bungo into C, pushing the Willem into B, and basically getting that cap back.
Yeah, like I said, despite the 4 ships for 2, Ortus are still ahead on the points by almost 2 minutes.
Indeed.
So, but now we're seeing the advantage of having all those extra ships. You can just put more bodies where they need to go.
Bungo has to be a bit careful. He must know that there are Marceau's torpedoes in the Watcher here. He is dark somehow.
He looks like he's slowing down and turning.
He will still take maybe 1 or 2 torpedoes.
Marceau torps, they're annoying.
Slow.
They're not lethal.
They're not lethal, but still, it puts your DCP on cooldown and it allows the Marceau to maybe turn around and farm again.
Looks like he's only going to take the 1 on the torp belt.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's okay. He's okay.
And just like that, TSYMQ basically putting even more pressure on Ortus. They are shipped down and now 3 caps down. And at this point, that's basically GG for Ortus. Honestly, like that's it. What can they do? They have the Moskva and the Svea still not really putting their work into play.
Falling out at the sphere from the
Some
central
crazy
bungo.
bungo salvos coming in. They should look early. Yeah,
He's okay.
it dodges that. And yeah, I mean,
and now we've flipped it. TSYMQ now win in just over a minute.
I don't see how Ultras can come back from this. They don't have the HP. The Grozovoy is hurt. The San Martin only has AP. Can't do anything except just try to farm. He is being farmed right now. Maybe the Grozovoy torpedoes pick up some Willem de Este, but 45 seconds on the timer. I don't see.
I mean, like Utrecht Haru combo. That's
ridiculous.
nasty.
So much HE being laid down here, and the Moskva from Ultras is about to face tank TSYMQ's bungo again, trying to make some Hail Mary pushes, but that's it. Really, it is over. And it seems that
the
TSYMQ
Moskva
will
has
win
already
this best of
angled,
five.
so he's not going to get caught broadside either. Like Moskva's guns at this range will make a bungo bleed.
Yeah, but that's it. Even if
not-
they kill the bungo, they don't have any plates on the cap.
No, 10 seconds.
Well, we didn't really see how the other battles played out on TSYMQ or on Ultras, but it seems that TSYMQ kind of on the back foot mid-game, just okay, we have battleship, they're healthy, put them in a cap win, that's it, basically. That was their plan, and they made it happen fairly easily on this. Well played on them for securing the kills and then the caps.
For sure, for
late game.
sure.
All right.
Well played to TSMYQ and Ortus.
What does the studio have to say about this? Because like we won't get renders for this, I'm afraid. And again, we didn't get to see the previous battles. What do you think happened, and how do you see it on this map at Hotspot?
It was interesting to see like how everybody just went kind of beeline off to the west line for me. There wasn't really a lot of contention on that C. And freaking Panda surviving. I still don't know how the heck that was possible. Because I feel like if he had died there, I don't think they would have been able to do what they did. Did I misread that?
No, I mean, you're right. The Grozovoy, I mean, I saw it. The Grozovoy, he smoked up, right? But then he suddenly stopped shooting. I mean, maybe he was a little bit too scared about like getting killed himself. But in this situation, when you kind of have the Kleber dead to rights, everyone needs to still try and focus fire on that Kleber in order to actually get it killed. So I believe they should have had the kill there. Robin also pointed out that, I mean, he was kind of dead to rights, right? And then it didn't happen. I think it was the Grozovoy or the Delny got picked up afterwards as well, dying to torpedo salvos. So all in all, it went from a great situation where it looked like they had the Kleber dead to it backfiring completely. Kleber surviving. And
Like I thought there was a smoke on it or something. Like what?
there were torpedoes incoming towards the smoke screen. Yeah,
Brutal.
from the Harugumo.
Future. And then I know the Ragnar like tried to get in there and just save the day, just getting in the cap, but it was lit up from like 5 different angles. And it's just like I would not want to be in issues right now.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and then
it's just the first initial engagements kind of dictated again the way this game kind of went. Again, we see early kills being the determining factor on Ortus deciding, hey, okay, we need to make something happen on the east side of the map. We saw the Bongo kind of pushing through the east side area, through the little islands, in the hopes of gaining a nice angle towards that Moskva, who had just left the island in front of Seacap. But I mean, Gdansk snuck in those torpedoes really nicely, surprised him a little bit. I actually think that he didn't have DCP ready, because I think I saw him flooding for a long time there, combining the fires that the Gdansk had set as well.
Yeah.
Just killing him, and yeah, that kind of started again kind of a snowball effect. The other battleship died as well on the west side. I don't know exactly how that happened, because we didn't really see it from the live feed. But there were no fighting chances for Ortus to make it further into the tournament.
Yeah. And where were both of these teams based out of? So TSYMQ and Ortus, where were they both coming from?
So TSYMQ, if I remember correctly, are number 1 from, or not number 1, number 2 or number 3 from China. And Ortus, I believe, was number 7 qualifiers from the European region. So, yeah.
Hey, I mean, the fact that they were able to be going into it as a 2-2, and
100%.
I mean, it was pretty close for a while. Like, it really came down to that engagement of the destroyers, I want to say, on the west side of the map. You know, really turned to the side of war. Any hindsights that you remember seeing from it, Killer Ben, that you can share with the class?
I mean, I think just that destroyer trade on that wide end is just that we saw it looking really good for Ortus. They had the numbers, they had the advantage, and by luck or whatever, TS managed to get away with it, and they just pay for it, and that just completely blows open that flank. And there's just not much more you could do at that point, especially with the bungos both going down. While Bongo has very good firepower and great range and accuracy, so it's really good at making those important shots. It just cannot. It cannot do the other side of a battleship's role of taking the hits, letting the other ships do what they need to do. So, just like taking two bungos is definitely a risk.
Interesting. What is like the main strength of the Bungo as a
Accuracy.
battle? Just an accurate ship.
She is the
tanky at all or no?
No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It has also a consumable, a spotter plane consumable, which basically reduces your main battery dispersion by 20%.
Oh,
so
wow,
when you
so it
activate it, the ship itself is already accurate. It's a Japanese battle cruiser with 457, the overmatch, the crazy penetration and damage, and then you have that consumable, which depending on your builds, allows you for 1 or 2 extremely accurate salvos, and that allows players to make these massive, like we saw on the Des Moines on Land of Fire, basically being a half the HP from 1 salvo. Vermont can do the same, to be honest.
Okay.
But the Bungo provides more concealment, more speed, more versatility to go around the map. And also has really strong high explosive shells if it comes to that as well.
Yeah, and that seems unique because I remember spotter plane just usually range. So
it's not called spotter plane, that's my bad. It's a different consumable, but it works the same. You
thing.
activate it, you get more bird's eye view, and you
So
have
kind of
20%
almost
accuracy.
like the activatable for the Sabir. It's just like, I'm going to be able to shoot some
Exactly.
Citadels.
It's really accurate.
Some big guns.
It looks like we have the bans and picks ready for the final best of 5 of the day.
And that one is the good old classic, I would say, for King of the Sea and Warships Masters.
You have no interest in this one. Do you want to step outside? I don't
No
think you-
stakes at all. No.
I mean, it's honestly the good old classic. Ship bans wise, Rain going ahead, banning away the radar ships, Petrol, Brisbane, Des Moines, and Minotaur. TWA just banning away the fast DDs, Kleber, Marceau, Ragnar not so fast, but also another strong DD, right? And also Brisbane. So again, a reminder, it's a blind bans, so double bans like this can happen. And it's honestly, having seen these two teams clash against each other for years, honestly, it doesn't surprise me at all that these bans come out, because it always turns out the same. Rain takes away the control ships from TWA, and TWA kind of wants to take away these fast opening DDs that could technically make for some interesting uncontrolled openings. So I'd say it's fairly standard bans, which does make sense, right? Because it is single elimination at the end of the day. So I'm guessing they just went with very standard bans here.
Which is surprising to me. I mean, if you want to go for like the tried and true methodology and doing the normal bans, I'm surprised I haven't seen more bans of Yeah, and I'm excited to see your reaction as you see what TWA chooses to adopt, if they're going to listen to your commentary from earlier and actually stick with the 2 battleships, or if they're going to do something different. But I do think, if my brain is working correctly, that means we are going to see 2 different maps than we saw from the last matchup, since Hotspot and Sleeping Giant were both available on the last series.
Yeah.
So curious to see what's going to be available and the order of those matches. The other oddball is, like, we're going to see the 5 position map right off the bat. So we have North coming up, and we're going to be able to see, again, a little bit more different play. And I love to see this tournament environment where it's like,
I mean, North has like 5 capture zones, right? So it's even more important than with the 4 capture zones we see on the other maps, that you cannot lose track of just positions that are controlling these capture points, right? It's okay if you don't have it, but then you have to make sure you are denying the opponent team of actually reaching those capture zones as well. Normally, the way North works is you will see teams spreading out to the flanks, so 1, 2, 3 line, 9, 10 line. Those are like just general areas where you will see lots of action happening, and then it'll be very interesting to see who is the first to kind of punch a hole into the center of the map, maybe, because those opportunities are always open if the opponents allow it.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's what's fun about watching it live. So let's get into the predictions. I mean, I respect you as a host, so I'm going to be rooting for your home team as well. But I think I really want to see another close 2v2, take it into that final 5th match for the 2v3. But we'll see. But I'm gonna give it to TWA. Who do you think's gonna take it home?
I mean, me as the analyst obviously has to go off of previous results, right? In the regionals, TWA did win against Rain. I believe that they are able to pull off a victory here as well, but I think it's not going to be as clear of a win as it was last time in regionals, because that was a 3-0. I believe that it could go all the way to the last game here.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Prediction is 3-2.
What about you, Robin? What are we thinking? It's the time to predict.
To be fully honest with you, I have casted so many games of TWA versus Rain, and I will say most likely TWA wins most of the time. But at the same time, we've seen, like, these 2 teams are each other's nemesis. Like, this is known throughout the tournament. They've met each other in so many finals for so many COTS or Warships Masters that at this point, it's like they must be tired of each other, I would say.
It's the grudge match.
It'll be like, them again, because they're going to be sweating, both of them. Rain has made TW sweat and the other way around, and it's never easy. Even if you sometimes see games ending up really quickly, it's never a stomp. It's just really mistakes being punished so extremely hard that that's it. And that's the level of competitive play we see specifically with these 2 teams. So I might expect, hopefully, a 5-game match, but these games will be quick. This is what I'm expecting. This is the only prediction. It will be quick and painless, not so much.
Okay. Killer Ben, any insights from you? Are you actually going to make a prediction this time?
No, I'm going to give it probably to TWA overall. But like I said, these 2 teams have fought each other so much that the level of just sort of innate understanding of what these players will do in certain situations, I'm curious if we're going to see something different from the teams because of how much is riding on this game. So yeah, but I think I'm going to give it to TWA, but it's going to be a slog. I think these